Here's the Peppers right here. Looks like he might come off the edge in this situation. Another area Don Brown loves to use him is pressuring the quarterback.
They're not UCF fast here. Taking their time, want to get this right. 2 on the play clock. They just get the snap off. Holman has a good pocket to work with and throws downfield, and it is caught. Had it and lost it. Good effort by Traquan Smith, who's the real deal at the wide receiver position. DeMonte Thomas was there. Excellent coverage.
The ball out.
After the first punt away for 13 yards, they nearly got that one too. Might have gotten another piece. And a tough punting afternoon already. Caleb Houston, it's the same player who got there the first time.
Tyree Cannell, exactly, Steve. And it's the same thing.
With a tackle there at the left guard position. But no flag, no foul. It's Karan Higdon, the ball carrier.
Offensive front. These 3 guys are good players.
Here's Spate. Again, finds a seam and has a man, and Chesson able to make the grab down to the 2-yard line. DJ Killings was right there with him.
3rd and 8. This is a beautifully thrown ball down the field, identifying man-to-man coverage. That ball is perfectly thrown to Chesson. Good sign for Michigan and Wilton Spate early.
Gain of 35 on the play. His other point of emphasis was come out of this healthy as well. Here's 3rd and goal now. Spate looking, throwing, completing, touchdown, Michigan to Jake Butt, the senior tight end.
Great job by Wilton Spate, moving around in the pocket, just buying himself enough time, identifying man-to-man coverage, and he knew he had a blitz coming up the middle. He got hit the last series and wasn't able to convert a 3rd down. That time he let his All-American tight end beat man coverage.
Here's Kenny Allen on for the extra point and puts it through. So the big play is the block punt leads to the score, and we send it to Cassidy Hubbard.
Front to rotate in.
Also Jordan Lewis not expected to play for Michigan for the 2nd straight week. Here's Holman now. He'll run for it. He'll have the 1st down and then some. Across midfield. That's one way to do it. Justin Holman, the senior. 3 on the play clock. Just got it off again. The very last second. Hand it off to Hamilton, trying to turn the corner. Jeremy Clark said, I don't think so. Brings up 4th down.
That's a great play by Jeremy Clark. He's much bigger than a normal corner.
CF on the board. This is Matthew Wright. His career log is 48. And that is blocked too. Wow.
I think that's Chris Wormley right up the middle over the center. Well, Wormley is 6'6", 300 pounds, and their emotional leader on that defense. 2 blocked punts and now a blocked field goal right in the middle. That ball's low coming out too, Steve. You got to put a little bit of that on Matthew Wright. You got to get that ball up over the offensive line.
All on the UCF end, receiving end, if you will. Wow. And so again, Michigan will take over in great field position, and right away off the block there, they go down the field to Chesson. You can see Spate was locking at him the entire time.
I love this call.
2 on that play. Has Michigan in business at the 25 of UCF. Here's Spate. Finds a wide open middle of the field. It's Chesson again, who just sat down in that zone.
And give credit to this offensive staff.
On 1st down and 10. Just inside the 15. Handed off to Evans. Picking up his blockers. He's down to the 11. We talked about Spate. Got off to the rocky start. The interception last week.
Converted. 1st down. He's taking advantage.
Henry Poggi, the fullback, in there. Off the play action. Spate didn't feel the pressure. Able to get rid of it, and it's caught by Poggi. The fullback comes back to the quarterback to make the grab. They're calling Wilton Spate. Wilton still at 6'6". Handoff. Davion Smith, 2nd man through. Cracks down at the 2 into the pile-up. The previous 5. Khalil Hill is lining up as the fullback there, and it is Hill The first man through gets there for the touchdown. Khalid Hill, the senior from Detroit, converted tight end, scores a touchdown. Got a touchdown last week as well.
Yeah, you got to feed the fullbacks.
Kenny Allen will make this a 14-0 game in favor of the 5th-ranked Wolverines. 7 plays, 57 yards, all starting with the great special teams off the blocked field goal. Leads to another Michigan touchdown. Has been so solid on the special teams, trying to get on the field more than just special teams. Well, you can see why. A couple of block punts in the first 4 minutes of this game. Here's Spate airing it out. Wide open is Darbo. Touchdown. Michigan making it look easy. 55 yards for the score.
I think this is the 4th ball that Wilton Spate has pushed down the field. He missed the first one, Chesson, and if Wilton Spate can be accurate, that's a dangerous weapon.
Told you last week, after that first interception Spate threw, touchdowns on their next 7 consecutive possessions. They've got touchdowns now on 3 consecutive possessions here.
Yeah, man-to-man on the outside, the safeties don't play a role, and it's a good patient route from Darbo.
And the one thing we didn't see from Spate really was him throwing the ball successfully down the field in the opener against Hawaii. He had one deep ball and he underthrew it, didn't throw it to the spot he needed to. Today he overshoots the first throw.
Here's Holman. And it's knocked down, nearly intercepted. McCray finally healthy and probably able to laugh at that for now, up 21-0. Let's see. Holman starting 3 of 9 for 18 yards. Got off to a rocky start last week, was able to correct it. Holman doesn't feel the pressure. Ball is out. Let's see. Peppers, of course, is in the middle of everything. He's in the bottom of the pile.
Chase Winovich. He doesn't look like he belongs on this defense. He's only 6'3", 240 pounds. He's subbing for Taco Charlton today. Here he is, one of the best effort guys on the team. He never gives up. Motor keeps coming, And Greg Madison, the defensive line coach, when I talked to him this summer, I asked him about Taco, I asked him about Worm, I asked him about all these guys.
Quick change. Handoff. Try on the left side. Eddie McDoom bangs down inside the 10-yard line. Set him in motion one way, came back and took the handoff.
And he got a reverse opportunity last week.
Class every year. They got a whole lot of good things to sell at UCF. Here's Spate dumping it off for Butt. And he's brought down at the 9. And that should do it. Should be the last play of the first quarter. Dump off to Chris Evans. Got some time and some space, and he only needs a crease. He is banged down by Shaquem Griffin. And that's the first time we mentioned Shaquem Griffin. They part of the Twins, along with Shaquille.
UCF on defense.
No question. Kenny Allen's first field goal attempt of the day is good from 24. And conveniently, that makes the score 24-0. Michigan has points on 4 consecutive possessions.
How much energy does this little dynamo have? Can he do this all season, playing this much football every Saturday?
Off the play fake. Oh, Holman's in trouble. Drop just shy of the goal line. They're going to mark it. Rashawn Gary got there, and Ben Gideon.
Trying to set up the screens. That's what Charles Woodson did, and big reason why. These are opportunities that he's got to take advantage of.
Here's Houston, gets it away cleanly, which was a big issue in the first quarter. Here's Peppers with some running room. Jabril Peppers down the sideline, and he is banged out at the 5-yard line.
His main role is defense and risk of injury.
Spate, plenty of touch on that football. Jake Butt brings it down. Second second touchdown catch of the day for Buck, the tight end.
You can sit back in that pocket and be comfortable at 6'6", 245 pounds, take 2 hitches and wait for Butt to come open. That's the perfect situation for a quarterback.
It's good living right there. But I'll say this, he's hitting spots now. That's the difference, not just throwing it into an area. He's hitting spots and help Butt get to the right spot in that end zone so that he had the defender on his back.
And that's anticipation, right, Todd? I mean,
yes.
Getting to know where your receivers are going and anticipating throws and not worrying about, just get a few first downs to get the chains moving.
2nd and 10. He'll hand it off to Adrian Killens, finds a crease, cuts to the outside, down the sideline. If he hasn't stepped out, that's going to be 6. There are no flags. 87 yards for the touchdown for Adrian Killens, the true freshman, and the Knights are on the board.
Pure speed.
Matthew Wright boots it through. And look a little better in the box score with nothing else. Before that 87-yard run, Central Florida had only 47 total yards. Since week 2 of 2012, this is the first time we have not had a top 25 head-to-head matchup in this week number 2. So Davion Smith breaking some tackles. Out ahead now inside the 40-yard line of the 38. So we don't have the showdowns that we had a week ago. 10 from Michigan. Again, great field position. That's been a broken record so far in this first half. Handed off to Evans. And he is stood up at the 29 and then dropped by Mark Rucker.
Chris Evans has to prove that to gain the respect of his team.
On 2nd and short, pitch to Smith. Was nearly brought down, and a great second effort by Davion Smith has his first down.
They played Alabama a few years ago, so.
Play action. Spate throwing. And was looking for Darboh.
And he's made some plays here today.
Played every game the last 2 seasons. On 3rd and 6. Try to set up the screen to Davion Smith, and the UCF defense just too quick that time. Shaquan Burkett. Field goal attempt. Allen hit earlier from 24. And he's got that one too. So after going 3 and out on their very first possession, 6 straight possessions with points. Here's 3rd and 9. Justin Holman steps up away from the pressure. He ran for 30 in the first down before, and he's got another huge gainer there. See if he came up injured there as he went out of bounds. Looked like he pulled a hamstring or something. We'll call it 35 for now. Nick Patty, what do you have? He's going to try to keep it and run up the middle. Man, did that hole close or what? Rashawn Gary was there.
Banging on the sled, and he was all by himself. It was Rashawn Gary. Pretty impressive.
Matthew Wright attempting from 49. No good.
That was Wormley.
Did he get him
I
again?
think it was Wormley. 4th tip of the day.
To start the second half?
No, I think sometimes you let him come out after halftime and take one series, and then maybe you'll see a little bit more of John O'Corn.
Shane Morris also got in last week, and Spate doesn't just come out and hand it off. He comes out firing and hooking up with Jake Butt right away. Mark Rucker knocked him out.
But you're making that decision based on practice. You need to see these guys perform in the game, and Wilton Spate's been up to the task.
Play action. Spate dump it off nicely to Butt again, and it's a big gain. I got to ask you about this, Brees. If to be that big and to be able to run that fast, that's an athlete. On 3rd and 6, Spate has an intended target and plenty of running room. It's Amara Darboh. First down and more, down to the 2-yard line. And again,
it doesn't matter what the defense lines up in. They can just blow you off the football, and it just hasn't happened today.
This time, Hill gets through for his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Khalid Hill pushes Michigan to the 40-point mark.
I don't know. dude, I don't even know if they have college
Of course,
fantasy.
they got fantasy everything, bro. Little short kick will be caught and fumbled at the 12. James Fogue is the kicker there who popped it into the air. That's another great special teams play by Michigan.
They're smart, you know. You can tell that they have been well coached in all facets of the game. You're going to kick off from the 50-yard line. Why would you just drill it out of the back of the end zone?
Kicking team, first down.
Why would you just kick it out of the back of the end zone when you can pooch it down in there and make them catch the football and they get a turnover? All those tipped kicks.
Yep. Handoff to Davion Smith. Not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage for it. He graduated to mildly.
Can you say that Harbaugh surprises you with anything he does?
That's fair. All sorts of time for Spate. Finds Darbo. Takes a hit, stays on his feet. Down to the 11. Check in Cassidy Hubbard.
Oh, gosh. I have no idea. Drop it when you get to the back of the end zone.
Pressure on Spate, and he'll be dropped. Brought down by Mutcherson, who's been one of the standouts on the UCF defense today. There's Kenny Allen on for a field goal from 37. Made from 24 and 36 already. Allen from 37 is good. And he will tack on the field goal. Man, he tried to be incognito.
You know what? I told Coach, I said, I want to come to Ann Arbor. I want to have lunch with you. Where do you want to go? He said, well, go to Zingerman's.
Yeah. Big run by Patty down the sideline. Ducks out of the 35. 87-yard scamper by Adrian Killens. Quick hitter up the middle. Dontravius Wilson looking for pay dirt and gets there. Touchdown. UCF on the board. And maybe, just maybe, a little let up by that Michigan defense.
John Brown's defense that you can take advantage of. They just don't have the players, but that was a good example of it.
Making things a little more respectable. 44-14 now.
Top of the list. And then there's UCF, UConn, Cincy, BYU. They're all in that mix.
They get the playoff before the end of the third quarter. That's Wilson. Shaquille O'Neal going into the Hall of Fame. How about those speeches? Him, Allen Iverson. That was something. Oh, big hit. Ball comes out. How could the ball not come out after that hit? Patty was rocked by who else but Peppers.
I mean, what more can number 5 do? I mean, he's like a missile, heat-seeking missile coming in here, and he's just not afraid of anything and looking to make a play for his team. Awesome.
UCF center Jason Ray able to recover that loose football. 3rd and 16 now. Here's Patty going to throw. Finds a seam and able to connect with Taylor Oldham.
Play next 2 or 3 weeks. These are important.
This is the 12th play of the drive. And Patty again. Won't tempt the turnover. He'll throw it away. Chase Winovich had the pressure. Off the tip ball. And Spate that time able to complete to Amara Darbo. See where they spot this. Came down short of the marker. Beat Hawaii 63-3 last week. Used 79 different players, Jim Harbaugh did in that blowout, including getting 18 true freshmen. Set of downs for the Wolverines. And they're throwing. Mid-range pass, too. It's Jake Butt, the tight end. 7th reception for Butt. NFL countdown tomorrow morning starting at 10 Eastern on ESPN. Here's Spate throwing. And that's a perfectly timed ball. Khalid Hill turned around.
He's gonna be great doing NFL for us.
Yeah, he's great at everything, right? He's always been a talented guy. Wide open. Darbo has plenty of running room, and he'll get there. Touchdown, Michigan.
4 touchdowns. I think they made the statement they wanted to make.
Harbaugh is going to his 2 deep when it comes to kicks and punts. Not the quarterback. Not yet. We'll be right back.
no matter which way you cut it. This offense came out and they threw the football. They were efficient. They scored consistently, and Michigan's going to go home with their second victory of the year.
Handed off to Michael Hirsch. Hirsch is one of those great stories. Graduated from Harvard, worked on Wall Street, had a rare blood vessel disease, wanted to play college football. Saw some action last week. Another in the many great stories for Michigan. And that's the final play of the game. It ends on a Hirsch carry. Tough to imagine the day to have gone any better for the Wolverines. They win 51-14.